The Russian delegation made again a parallel with the Republic of Kosovo, an independent country that has been recognized by half of the United Nations, including half of this Council. This is wrong, inaccurate, and regrettable. Nothing could be more artificial and forced than comparing an international effort to end the conflict, protect civilians, and establish a peace process to find a lasting solution, which was the case of Kosovo, with the pure and unprovoked aggression and the sham referendums engineered in Moscow that are being carried out now in Ukraine. No one is, can, or will be fooled by this. No attempts to compare the incomparable, no easy shortcuts out of any historic and political context will help Russia divert attention from its war of choice in Ukraine or hide its blatant breach of international law, which has made it an international para. Kosovo and Serbia are bound today by a dialogue to solve their problems. They meet, they do not fight.
By refusing the inhabitants of Donbass and the liberated territories of Ukraine the right to self-determination, the Western delegations are demonstrating their egregious double standards. The loudest critics of the referendum in Donbass, Zaporozhye and the Kherson Oblast were once at the forefront of supporting the independence of Kosovo. Then they stated that that territory did have the right to leave the Serbian state if there was a real threat that the rights of the Kosovo Albanians would be seriously violated, the so-called remedial succession. I'd underscore that it was not just statements, but rather the official legal position presented by Western countries in the UN International Court in 2008. At that time, the Kosovo Albanians, however, were not threatened by anything at all. Yugoslavia was no longer on the map. The NATO-bombed Serbia had foreign troops as peacekeepers in it. I'd like to underscore, unlike in the situation in Crimea, the LPR and DPR, Kherson and Zaporizhia people, in Kosovo, in Kosovo, there was absolutely no referendum at all. There was no free people's vote. There was just a declaration of independence that was adopted by the interim self-governing authorities that exceeded their remit. At the time, that was sufficient for the West to recognize the independence of Kosovo, and it confirmed that international law did not prevent it from proclaiming its independence.